Today is the conspiracy theory. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
so
you're definitely gonna
you
hurt
guys got the
fucking
point of
ears.
that. So we got this is the 3 Count Wrestling Podcast. This is episode 6. So technically this is the 3 Count Squared.
Squared.
Right? That was funny. Okay. Anyways.
Hold on. But
Yep.
There you
so
go.
It is.
So proud of you.
I don't
I
know.
invite
That-
drum set for that. Like whenever we just do some funny puns, just on random.
Hey, so I have a quick question, guys.
Yeah, sure. Oh, okay.
You know, obviously, we had last week's episode, which was episode 5.
Yeah.
Did anybody change?
Nope.
Man, somebody needs to do laundry. Anyways, so we're back at the 3 Count Wrestling Podcast, where we're talking all things conspiracy and what ifs. Who are you, Mr. Wait, I'm sorry. Let me. Ladies and no, you know what? You're better at it. Introduce him.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, your inaugural Trivia World Champion, El Gordo.
Muchas gracias. Thank you. Thank you very much.
He only gets to hold it for 1 more week, guys, and then we can potentially take it off of him.
Potentially, but I mean, it's hard to see it happen.
Honestly, you got lucky. Okay.
Whatever, hater.
I am a hater.
Whatever, loser.
I am a hater. I
Out.
deserved it.
The kind
Even though I deserved it, even though I got the lowest score last week.
It was a valiant effort, and I have the pleasure of taking this from both
Yeah.
teams.
Well,
Great
I'm
competitors.
calling this the greatest travesty in wrestling history.
Oh.
Yeah. So this is gonna be
okay.
like another conspiracy that we're gonna talk about.
Okay.
That
okay.
you guys were both conspiring against me, as well as our production team.
You did that
Oh,
on the
yeah.
side.
For keeping secrets, you really are not that good.
No.
You know what?
really not.
If you ever decide to rob a bank, let's keep him out. See,
You
it's like
bitch.
this, away from the person.
I know.
You really want him to be the guy who robs a bank with you?
Look at that face. You can see the guy.
Exactly. He's adorable. Can So anyways, what if is the topic today
Yeah.
and conspiracies.
Yep.
But, we're going to kind of get into that. Can you introduce who you are, please? I don't know who you are.
I do not know. How
I
many
don't know.
episodes?
You haven't
How many
inter-
episodes
you
does it
haven't
take for
introduced
you
yourself
to
this yet.
remind yourself who I am?
You haven't introduced yourself this week.
Put some
Technically,
respect on his name.
put some respect on my name.
I'm going to put a name there. Just right
Okay,
here.
well, who are you?
Right here. I am not so dirty Don.
Not so dirty.
Not so dirty.
Kind of dirty.
Very clean.
Wow, did you just spray the camera?
Yeah.
That's an
I'll do it
expensive
again.
camera. Do it again.
Yeah.
There you go. And you are, well, we already know who you are.
Oh hell yeah! You know who I
Yeah,
am.
you're the next Rey Mysterio.
Mm-hmm.
You non-humble.
I'm like Rey Mysterio 8 Rey Mysterio.
And as always, I'm the Tattoo Teddy Bear Tony King. I'm here again with
Bootleg Mysterio.
these guys, doing our thing again. This is episode 6.
6.
This
Sorry.
is episode 6. We're talking about what is the conspiracy theories. All right,
Yeah.
so
What if conspiracy?
okay, so how did we get on the subject of what is some conspiracy theories, Gordo? Answer me that. I believe it was actually you and I who was having this conversation.
Yes. We did in fact have this conversation
Yeah,
before.
that's right. Okay, what the fuck was that?
That's how you sounded when you're asking.
Yeah, that's right. All right, so if you guys have seen last week's episode, we were a little off the fucking rails. So for him to get all official is kind of weird.
Yeah. I mean,
we were getting into so much of the GDs, but to him, the zoomies.
Well, it wasn't to me. It was to the production team. What they wanted to call it.
What do you guys think of zoomies? Do you guys think of zoomies as the shoes, you say?
Yeah, I kinda-
or dogs when they're done using the potty?
Ew.
the pot.
I was thinking of the shoes.
You mean taking a shit?
Sure, let's go with that.
Yeah, okay. It's not PG over here.
Right.
Okay, so anyways.
But
It wasn't
yes.
even a PG from the beginning.
This is true.
That's awesome.
But we were talking about it last week. We were having a few conversations of like definitely what ifs of professional wrestling, and they heal my at it again. And you
Always
mentioned
planning something evil.
you mentioned one about AEW, WWE, and CM Punk.
I did.
And so yeah, I know I saw that on TikTok as well. I don't know who the person was that posted it, but I know you mentioned it too.
Yeah. We can't
but-
exactly cite whoever it is.
Right, but hey,
Yeah.
it's a good fucking conspiracy theory. So I'll let you go ahead and take it away.
Okay, so basically this conspiracy goes down to CM Punk was planted by Triple H in AEW to sabotage them. And for all intents and purposes, it actually kind of lines up because so CM Punk came in. He was looked at as a locker room leader. I believe it was like Starbucks gift cards or vouchers that he his first day there went to the locker room and passed out a bunch of them. And then he got everybody on his side. He had Tony Khan on his side, and obviously the plan was to always get himself fired once Tony Khan was fully dependent on him. Obviously, you had made mention about Collision last week. That Collision was specific to CM Punk. That was his show. Mm-hmm. So obviously, they were very dependent on CM Punk being on every single episode. They were dependent on the fact that he was what's drawing the crowd. What was it, Brawl Out? When he fought with Nick and Matt Jackson. So that was supposed to be what got him fired, but he got suspended. And then he came back for All In. And then he made sure that Tony Khan was there this time to witness the fight.
Oh yeah.
And then that's what got him fired. Sure enough, a couple months later, he walks into the WWE. So, what do you guys think about it?
I mean,
it's not the first conspiracy something like that has ever heard. I mean, you saying that Triple H sent to CM Punk, it's like saying Vince McMahon just sent Vince Russo to WCW and sabotaged that. And see how that turned out.
Well, because he absolutely did that time. He really did.
That's a good point. I never even thought of that.
Oh, yeah. That was a...
And how did... Well, because I know, there was a dispute with Vince Russo and Hulk Hogan at one point. I think they said Jeff Jarrett was supposed to go and lay down and win the world
Vince
title.
Russo told Jeff Jarrett to lay down in the middle of the ring during one of the pay-per-views for the world title. And
that is crazy.
Hulk Hogan even got on the mic and was like, "Vince, don't do this, brother."
Yeah.
And he really did.
Don't do this, brother.
He said, "That's why this company's going down in the toilet.
Yeah!
Bullshit like this.
This is why this company's going down the drain. Because this is why the state's in. Just bullshit. And yeah, you get the point. You get the point. I'm not a good Hulk Hogan.
Man, your impressions. I fucking
Your
love them.
impressions are amazing.
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 But here's the thing, though. And you can answer this. What? So funny.
Just thought something funny for a bit.
Say it.
Come on, man.
What?
Yeah, no, come on. You got a microphone.
Yeah. Right.
God, not again.
Look, put the fucking zoomies in the box, all right? Do it. There you go.
Why you bring it over here?
All right, so what is
So it's yours now.
Why did we all look?
Well, it's gone now.
Wait, what the fuck? It's all the way over there. Anyways.
But when you think about it, and I want you to, I need either one of you. Was it needed? Did he have to send CM Punk in there as an insider to sabotage everything? I mean,
Absolutely not.
Yeah, did he even need to do that?
No.
At the end of the day.
Okay, so hear me out. I think it's one of those things where it's like, because we all know Tony Khan is definitely trying to compete with WWE now. That's why every other week he's coming out to say something about them. I believe the latest thing that he said was commenting how WWE's promos are all scripted when his are only footnotes. But that's the problem is his are only footnotes, and that's why these promos aren't that good from AEW. Mm-hmm. They just kind of go off the fucking wall. WWE will only let you take footnotes if you're a trusted person out there.
You're a veteran of it.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
have experience in going off the
I think it was one of those things for Triple H, if it is true that he was doing it to establish that the WWE is the top dog. Mm-hmm.
I mean, to me, in my opinion, I think AEW will be a lot better if Tony Khan would just stop making like a competition for now on.
Yeah.
I would say for now on because he knows that with all the big top guys, and that includes CM Punk being back in the WWE, it's going bad.
Oh,
Like,
so you're saying if he just focused on his talent, focus on his own storylines, and not try to like.
Like instead of the WWE.
Yeah.
correct. Like I'm pretty sure I'm not the only person here
Oh,
that's
absolutely.
ever thought of
I
that. Like,
fully agree with you.
like stop focusing on the other side. Worry about your brand. Do you not see like how half empty that the arenas are every single week that you put on a good show? It may look good on television, but people would always look through the reality and say, "Look at all these seats."
And if I'm not mistaken, it's like been 20 some odd weeks in a row that it's been like half empty arenas.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
haven't sold
shit.
they haven't sold out a show in over 20 weeks.
That is crazy.
I mean, hey, you know, obviously there's a fan base for AEW.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess as long as their TV ratings are decent enough, I think that's what's making them stand a little bit
That's-
stronger.
and their pay-per-views, like
Yeah, their pay-per-views are
like
usually sold out.
they deliver like the last one they had. What was it called? I forgot what it was
Which one
called.
was it?
It was Dynasty.
Yeah,
But it's Dynasty. Like there were a lot of great
purple
matches
one.
that came up there, like Will Ospreay, Brian Danielson.
Oh yeah, everybody was super hyped. for
Yeah,
that.
everybody was super hyped for that. So it's right.
Well,
like,
because they have talent.
yeah,
They
and from
do.
the outside looking in, it's really their pay-per-views that really like
Mm-hmm.
keep the. From what I see, is that it's their pay-per-views that keep.
The problem is they
going.
don't have writers. They don't have people behind the scenes doing what they're supposed to do. Every good show has writers. Every good show has somebody pulling the strings.
Mhm.
The talent is the talent because they can translate what the creative team is trying to translate.
Yeah.
The talent should not be writing their own material.
So is that the case at AEW? Do they write their own stuff? Like
most
they.
part.
I think for most part, but for some, they just let them just go have at it and see
Oh,
what they
okay.
can do.
Yeah. So because I mean, the learning tree. Are you fucking serious?
The learning tree?
Right? Yeah,
Chris Jericho.
another new nickname for Chris Jericho. Man, he's gone through so much
He looks
from,
like a 60-year-old soccer mom in underwear. Like,
and I don't know, everybody, Big Bill.
yeah, Big Bill.
Big Bill.
Big Bill.
Big Bill needs to
Man,
stop.
Big
He needs to stop
Big
teaming up with
old
people. It's just,
Bill. It puts the lotion on its skin or else it gets balls again.
Oh, that's fucking adorable.
That came out perfect. So, anyways,
But yeah, so yeah, I mean, whether or not Triple H sent them in to, sabotage AEW, will we call it a success at this point?
absolutely.
I
Regardless of what it was, it's a success because
would say halfway, like maybe halfway
Yeah.
there. Like,
what makes it halfway?
because as long as to me as AEW is still running their weekly shows, I would say it would be a win if they literally had not that much contracts, or they minus out one of their shows. Like, I mean, to me, like the most farthest thing I think they would lose is maybe Rampage and just try to keep Dynamite in Collision.
I feel like they should do that. They should reduce the amount of shows. They don't have the talent for 3 shows. Or, well, they have the talent, just not enough of it. That's 3 rosters. Because, essentially it's the same show
Yeah.
if you're just putting the same talent on each show.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And here's,
That's the point of a brand split. That's
Right.
the point of having different rosters within your own company.
I think I would have worked it differently if instead of just calling it a brand split, I would have just do a separation and then let them work on one brand. Like half goes to Collision, half goes to Dynamite.
Isn't that
Don't even recognize the other guys in Dynamite who is in Collision,
Yeah,
and don't even recognize the guys who are in Dynamite too Collision.
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I see what you're saying.
another question is from just that the whole thing between him and named Jack Perry, right?
Jack Perry.
Do you ever see him
River.
Jungle Boy?
Real glass.
Real Glass.
Real glass. Crimea River.
Do you ever see him ever coming into the WWE? And
No.
if so,
No.
shut up.
No.
I have a second part to this question.
Okay, go ahead.
Do you ever see him coming into the WWE? And if so, just again, what if he did? Would you ever see him getting into a rivalry with CM Punk? Do you ever see them settling their differences to put on a
Honestly,
good
I think
storyline?
that would be the only reason they bring him into WWE is to have a feud with CM Punk.
Uh
Other than that, I can't see him going in there.
huh. What about your point of view? Do you see Jack Perry coming to WWE and have a rivalry with CM Punk?
Besides having a backstage difficulty working with, depending on which stars he would have put him in, I mean, maybe I would think. Maybe separate them on different locker rooms. Like, okay, like
true.
put Jack Perry away over there and then CM Punk on the
Well,
other
okay,
side
so
over
hear
there.
me out. If that's the case, like, wouldn't it just be better just to not hire Jack Perry altogether? Because obviously, if he can't work with one person, he's not going to be doing too well working with anybody else.
I mean, if that's what Triple H thinks, then okay, yeah, I can see that. I can totally understand that.
I feel like Triple H is doing a really good job with his talent right now. So it's like I'm
Absolutely.
sure he wouldn't want to bring somebody who's potentially problematic.
Right, I mean, so
Yeah.
far, Kings and Queens of the Ring is coming soon, and it does look interesting.
It does. It does. Tom Matonga is honestly my pick to win that.
Tama Tonga. Ooh, is he even in it?
He replaced. No, he's in there. I believe he faced Angelo Dawkins on SmackDown
Okay,
previously.
gotcha.
I don't remember what
I
part
don't
of the
know
bracket
either.
we're in currently.
Well, by the time this comes out, I'm not sure if the tournament will be over.
Well, yeah, I was speaking in terms of like when this is going.
Right, that's what I'm
At least
saying.
We know what the time.
I mean, Gunther's my pick anyway.
Gunther.
Gunther. So yes, I am picking Gunther, obviously, to
Gunther.
win.
I do believe in Gunther is going to win it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can see that. I can
Yeah.
honestly see that happening.
gotcha.
Because if that guy ain't getting a World Heavyweight Championship match anytime soon, then you might as well
I
just
don't-
give him a King of the Ring.
Well, I could see him getting one soon.
Yeah,
Well, not sooner, but like soon.
Oh yeah,
like
because
soon
I
enough.
would assume the Jey Uso and Damian Priest saga is over for now. So they're gonna need a new number one contender
Yeah, and that's probably going to be Finn Balor.
in the immediate future. Well, because somebody has to face him for King and Queen of the Ring.
I mean, Finn Balor's already out of it, so.
Yeah.
True.
Well, because I don't think they're gonna break him up that quick.
I mean, yeah, they planned to see the backlash where he was like.
No, he said it just like that. So he's like, come
Your
on.
skin's very smooth. But yeah, I was watching the Royal Rumble 2004, and I watched the Rey Mysterio versus Jimmy Noble for the Cruiserweight title.
Of course. Sorry.
And it made me wonder, like, they have tried to bring the Cruiserweight Championship back into the WWE many times with the tournament they had in 205 Live. And
Cruiserweight Classic, yeah.
yeah. So what if they actually brought it back as a mid-card title for the Cruiserweights?
Man, that's a good question, actually.
Yeah.
I thought it was just a hard debate, to be honest.
Well, okay, so hear me out.
Go ahead.
Is the Speed Championship basically the new Cruiserweight Championship?
The what championship?
The Speed Championship?
Oh, the Speed
I mean,
Championship.
I don't think so, because didn't Ivar try to compete for it?
Well, Ivar
Bronson Reed,
competed,
too.
Bronson Reed. So
Yeah.
technically, it's almost like the X Division title in TNA.
I thought it was like somebody who could fly. So you can fly, you will get the title.
Yeah, basically. Well, because the X Division title, that was originally what it was. It was a Cruiserweight title.
Right.
And then I believe it was when Samoa Joe won it that they eliminated the weight
The
restriction.
weight restrictions.
So essentially, it's the X Division title with no weight restriction.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's got to be a fast-paced match,
Right.
Quick. So technically, we do have a Cruiserweight Championship.
We do.
Just for lack of... you
For
know,
lack of better terms, like
Yeah,
with the Speed
exactly.
Championship.
And only available on Twitter. X.
X. Formerly Twitter.
Formerly Twitter.
Do that again with your Tony Chimel voice.
Superstar.
I don't think that's what we were looking for, but...
Yeah, I know. I would know what you mean.
No,
Okay.
because because
Because
truly for me, when like the Cruiserweight title was one of the biggest things that carried a lot of shows, like especially in the WCW days, like the Cruiserweight division was the one that carried the show at times.
Yeah,
'Cause
absolutely.
all the fucking
Because it was all Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
yeah, all that stuff that was going on, it kept the fans intact. And even on SmackDown, that's what makes SmackDown
Honestly,
so great.
That's what sold
Like,
me on SmackDown.
yeah,
was the Cruiserweight
man.
title.
Like, and then they put it on Hornswoggle, and it's just no offense against the guy. I met the guy, and I fucking love him. But
Yeah.
as soon as we put that on him, I don't know what happened from there. So I don't know. I think we like. There's a lot of talent that are within the cruiserweight weight section. I would love to see like NXT call-ups like come up and then like compete for that title, like something the first thing that they compete for. Like that would be a lot of fun to see.
Well, because all right, because I don't know if you guys know this, but the Cruiserweight Championship was originally in a weight class of 220 pounds or lower.
220.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it didn't go to 205 until after the rebrand of the cruiserweight title.
Got it.
So like if like let's say they do bring back the cruiserweight championship, would they go back to the 220 or would they go to the 205? Because there's a lot more talent if you just up it to 220. I mean, Cedric Alexander is just above 205. Ashanti Adonis, he's above 205. You know, Carousel Isaac is under 200. You know,
He looks like it, yeah.
yeah. So there's people who are capable. Yeah. I mean, but then you could even have people like Chad Gable carry that title.
Right.
You know, I believe he's like just under 220.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because like Matt Hardy when he carried it, I believe he was like 219. I think.
Matt Hardy kind of did it pretty cool though with that cruiserweight champion.
Yeah.
Oh, that reign was so much fun to watch.
Especially teaming up with Shannon Moore.
Yeah.
Version 1.
Version 1. Yeah, I think opening it up to 220 brings in more chance for more talent to compete for it. Means more matches, means more moments, more memorable moments.
Yeah.
So
I personally don't think it should be its own show. If they do.
And
no,
that's one big mistake they did is just having its own show.
Yeah, let it be, it could be cross-branded, it could be whatever,
right,
it could be specific to a brand, but don't do the whole giving it its own brand, because then it's just kind of like, nobody wants to watch another show. We already have Raw, SmackDown, NXT,
I think that's it.
Speed.
Oh, Speed, yeah.
What else do we got?
I think that's it.
I think that's it. Unless they,
for now.
At least they still record for main event. Do they?
Yeah, they do. They do. I think it's main event.
Yeah, I believe it's still main event.
Yeah, I think it's
still main event around.
It's like those
Somebody check it. Let us know.
Check it.
Wait, I mean, well, sorry, I was asking the people at home, but Nat, if you want to check it, go ahead.
Oh yeah, okay. So, fun fact, guys, if you don't already know this, we involve our producers a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're not, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, so staying on the title thing, the championship notion of like what if. So what if a woman won a male world championship? Okay.
Wait. Repeat that. Sorry.
A woman wrestler,
oh, okay.
a female wrestler won a male world championship. Now, mind you, we have had female wrestlers win male championships in the past.
Of course.
Jacqueline with the Cruiserweight title, Chyna with the Intercontinental title, Tessa Blanchard with the Impact World title. The list goes on and on.
Jordan Gracie.
Yep. Jordan Gracie.
Yeah, I think she was TNA World Champion before, right?
No, Jordan Gracie's currently the
Knockouts champion. Oh, I thought she was TNA World Champion.
No, she's like very new.
Oh.
I could see it being a thing. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean like in WWE.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Jade Cargill. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean,
she looked like she could take Cody. I'm just saying, like, she's strong.
Get your minds out of the gutters. They are both married, I think. I know Cody is. I don't know about Jade. Oh, she's dating a pitcher from a player from the Reds, I think.
Yeah, there you go.
Something like that.
Oh, so he's a loser anyways. You guys are good.
What'd you say?
You didn't hear that?
No.
No? Okay,
we're
good. Moving along.
Add that in post. So, but yeah, interesting, Jade Cargill. Yeah, I mean, she
it's
can't.
an interesting theory.
Yeah. I have. Go ahead.
Like, I feel like it would be something really cool to do. I know they're doing a lot of firsts, and they're trying to make women wrestlers more legitimate.
Yeah.
Which is a fair point. But I would like to see that aspect of wrestling return. The men versus women being able to win world titles. I've always thought that was so cool.
Yeah.
That was such a cool thing to do. Like, to this day, Tessa Blanchard is the only person to hold the world title for TNA who was a woman. Mm-hmm. And even then her reign ended on some really shady circumstances. Yeesh. I think she got stuck in Mexico or something. And she couldn't defend it. Yeah,
I thought it was lawsuits as well.
Yeah, something. Well, no, the lawsuits came after her getting stuck in Mexico.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I remember those times. It was when TNA or Impact at the time was still kind of like
Yeah,
lower on the card.
gotcha. So I definitely have my thoughts on it, but I want to shoot over to you to see what you think first.
Yeah, shoot on over.
I can see it be a little bit interesting. It's just
Well, interesting in what way?
like interesting for any of the women superstars who are willingly to take it to the next top and see who can, you know,
Yeah, that's
take on the biggest challenge that comes up to them. Like you said, seeing like if Cargill went faces off with Cody, that
Yeah.
would kind of be interesting. Or if anything, to me, I think if I were to see anyone win a world championship, it would definitely would have been Rhea Ripley.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I see
no,
Rhea Ripley
absolutely.
dominating the
I didn't
men's
even think
division
about
like that.
mommy.
I was waiting for Becky Hogan.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, lass.
What was that?
I said, "Oh yeah, lass, lass." Why? It's not like I said something
I
offensive.
don't know. That was wild though. Like I don't know if it was that I didn't expect that or like what, but like I'm just over here doing the theme
Oh, yeah,
song.
yeah.
New world order.
Oh yeah, lass.
Oh yeah, like can't forget about Becky Hogan.
Becky Hogan, baby.
Becky Hogan.
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 Becky Hogan. See, that works out.
So-
really
Oh yeah, Becky Hogan will show up as soon as Rhea wins the championship. Just comes out
Oh,
of
yeah.
the corner.
well. Bow, bow. We got it.
Oh,
Hey
good
man,
lord.
you know, when in doubt, you know what they say. Turn up. It's alright.
Give me a second to collect my thoughts. Anyway,
Collect your thoughts. Collect your fucking thoughts. Collect your thoughts, my man.
I'm trying.
You got it. You got
Anyways.
this. Just breathe.
technical
breathe.
difficulties.
Oos is in the Oos is in the building.
All good.
All good, Oos? Hey,
Cool.
he's good. He's good.
So,
He's good, guys.
so at these local shows that I've gone to, like with Freelance Wrestling,
Right.
at the Logan Square Auditorium,
Right.
they always put on banger of matches.
Oh yeah,
like
for sure.
banger after banger after banger.
Talking about freelance, right?
Yeah, Freelance Wrestling.
Yeah. Okay.
And a lot of what they do is include women with the men in some of the matches. Like Kylie Ray, she's always beating some dude up and is always putting out a fucking 5-star. Well, in my view, I'm not an expert, but it's, to me, like a 5-star match. Like she puts a lot into it, and it's a lot of chemistry.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Dave Meltzer shouldn't really be rating things
Right,
right
yeah.
nowadays. That man is so fucking delusional right now.
I mean, you think like, have you seen the charts? Like the chart difference between WrestleMania and AEW Dynasty.
Exactly.
He
like,
just gave like a higher rankings on Dynasty more than
yeah,
he did
like
with.
he didn't give a single 5-star match at WrestleMania.
Okay.
Well, you got an opinion on it? You got an opinion?
I was trying to get my opinion on the fucking conspiracy.
Oh, yeah, right. Sorry.
But that
Why
is
do you let me speak?
that is, but that is bullshit though. Some of the matches were 5
Anyways,
stars.
you're not an
Anyways,
expert, but
I'm not an
Okay.
expert, but when Kylie Ray went up against the men, a lot of those matches, in my eyes, were 5-star matches. So
listen.
to put like just to like put it with like the women facing the men, it does add a certain like uniqueness to it, and it makes people want to watch it. Be like, oh shit, can Jade Cargill, beat Cody Rhodes? Can
Exactly my
Becky
point.
Lynch? Can Becky Lynch go 1-on-1 with fucking Randy Orton? Like,
Becky Hogan.
like,
Becky
can
Hogan.
Charlotte Flair, or maybe not Becky Hogan, but maybe Charlotte Flair, can she go 1-on-1 with Randy Orton? Like, can, all these,
That's a
like,
wild pairing.
right,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
you know what I
feel
mean?
you, I feel you.
Like, so I can see Charlotte Flair facing off against someone like Randy Orton. I can see Becky Lynch facing off against someone like AJ Styles. Like, I can see these matches happening. I know, like, they would get the fans very interested and very,
Becky
like,
Hogan versus Seth Rollins.
oh my god.
Somebody's getting divorced.
Someone's sleeping. Oh, I was gonna say someone's sleeping on the couch.
I took it a whole nother level.
Yeah,
Losers cook dinner.
So,
Loser cooks dinner.
okay.
It can go either way, but I want
Right.
to see it. Truthfully, I honestly do want to see it. I think it would be very interesting to see. I think a lot of fans would be wanting to get into it, and it'll be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel
So,
like a big
yeah.
one. What do you think? What do you got? Any what ifs, Mr. Not So Dirty Now?
My biggest what ifs is that what would happen, and I know it's been gone for a very long time. What if ECW never left?
Oh,
Like if they actually kept it relevant.
Okay, so like, are you talking about the original ECW, or are you talking about like
I mean,
the rebrand?
I mean, I could say the rebrand. I mean, the birds, faded off as soon as like WWE went hit popularity and plus, with WCW. But like, if it was the rebrand,
Yeah. Okay.
but like,
So like, if the rebrand was still going to like, if it acted as the third brand.
like if Vince McMahon wasn't too power tripping on everything like that, he would have gave Paul Heyman the full on control.
Yeah.
Mhm.
See, that's actually an interesting.
That is a very interesting.
That's an interesting theory because
Yeah.
like, so if he never took away ECW,
yeah.
would we have NXT, which obviously created roughly 90% of today's roster?
Right. Exactly.
So I mean, I think about like 90% of the roster are NXT graduates.
Yeah.
So would we still have the NXT graduates? Would NXT have been a thing? That's really interesting.
It is.
Right? Because like we probably would not see, or maybe of half, I could say.
Yeah.
Like if they were to want to stick around into an ECW,
But that's another question. Would it still be ECW, or would they be on ECW, or would it be like a main roster call up?
Mm-hmm.
Similar to SmackDown and Raw.
I don't think so. I think they probably would still make it into like a different brand to face off with Raw and SmackDown.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying, because NXT is a developmental brand as opposed to Raw and SmackDown being a main brand, and at the time ECW was a main brand. I had to get that out. So, would ECW still be considered a main brand, or would that be considered like the developmental brand, similar to how NXT is? Man, you
That's-
really
Yeah,
sparked up
yeah.
some fucking
That's why I'm
questions.
quiet. I'm like,
I really sparked up the big one right there.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. I
Yeah.
like that.
You gonna pass it around?
You gonna
Yeah.
pass it around?
Yeah, pass it around.
Pass it around? Pass it around.
Wait, is that how you pass it around?
I don't know what we're doing. Ladies and gentlemen, the champ is here.
Yeah. Anyways,
No,
No,
go
but I
on,
think
though. I cook by all means.
cook.
I mean, I could see.
Of course, I will do a burger. I had too many of them. Turn it over. Turn,
Is that your thing now? Or is your
turn it
thing?
over and turn it.
Anyways,
But anyways, go ahead.
Cook.
Go ahead.
Please cook.
I mean, if ECW was still around, the rebranded one, if Paul Heyman literally have full control, I think that NXT would not. To me, I think NXT would not be here at all. I think ECW would have still been like a main brand instead of just like a developmental.
Yeah.
I think they would have kept it. I think if they would have made an NXT, they probably would have switched over from like an FCW.
Yeah. Okay.
At
So
the time.
but at that point, like, what about all of the NXT graduates? Like, where would they be? Like, would they have been as big going to the main roster as they were when they came? Because they were obviously relatively known by the WWE universe. But like, if they weren't, like, don't get me wrong, the surprise factor would have been cool as fuck.
Yeah.
But like, people like Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose as the Shield.
Yeah.
Would anybody have known who the fuck they were if ECW was a brand and NXT was never formed?
Absolutely. I want to say absolutely.
You think so?
Yeah, because listen about what we're saying. NXT is there to bring up the talent. Hello?
Sorry.
NXT's there to bring up the talent to the main roster to get them ready to be main event players, right?
Right, exactly.
So flip it. ECW is now the developmental thing, and no matter the brand, they still would have saw the it factor with these wrestlers.
Well,
and
okay,
still
but
would've-
like he's talking about as if ECW acted as a third main.
oh, as the third. Okay.
So not
Yeah.
a developmental.
Oh, so they're not a developmental. Got it.
Because
Got it.
the rebrand ECW was a main brand.
Gotcha. Okay.
I mean, he even had his own little title.
Yeah.
It did.
If it would have made big, they probably would have brought back the tag team
That
titles.
would have been cool.
That
They would have had to get a
cool.
better time slot though, like 2 hours.
I would say this though: if Paul Heyman is running it, there would be like stars like Ricochet. Would be top. Would be up there. Would be up there. Stars like Chad Gable. Well, Chad Gable's kind of up there right now, but Ricochet, he'd be up there.
No,
right?
I think Chad Gable would be like up there, just not in terms of ECW.
Okay.
No, I mean I've seen Ricochet, wrestle before in those type of.
Well, Ricochet,
matches.
yeah, but like Chad Gable's too WWE. If that does that make sense?
No,
Okay,
He's
yeah,
too
yeah, yeah.
WWE.
So it would be like the indie stars.
He would probably
Yeah.
be like up there, but on Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been ECW that got him there because there would have probably been room for him to grow.
Yeah.
He'd probably already be up there on like Raw or SmackDown as like a world champion.
Yeah. I still think like players like Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and Ambrose, I think they would have been top guys as well. But I think there are also guys that are kind of lower that would be top. Like I said, Ricochet. I would think guys like Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens is a top guy.
Why he? Well, now. But I'm just saying, like his past to being a top guy, he would still be a top guy up in ECW, right? Do you think John Moxley or Dean Ambrose? Do you think he would have left if he was in ECW?
Oh no, I don't really think he would have left because John Moxley, he's all into that action, and then if he wanted to have that freedom of being that badass of a brawler, then he could have had in WWE.
Yeah.
I think he would have been a big success.
Yeah, I think he would have. I think he would have still been around.
Yeah, I think so.
Because,
I think so too.
It would have given him an alternative.
Yeah,
to kind of not do what they want him to do.
absolutely.
I mean, it would have been a big shocker, like if it was that big to the point that hey, what is All Elite Wrestling?
Yeah, and like again, like especially if Paul Heyman was running the show for a rebranded ECW, if he had the full power. Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
You know who else I think would have been like a big rising star in the ECW era with Paul Heyman? Shayna Baszler. Because when you think of I think of Extreme Championship Wrestling, like
you think
that girl,
Baszler?
I think of Extreme Wrestling. Like I could see her suplexing someone through 3 fucking tables. Like that girl is such a fucking menace, right? So I could and it's just like a random thought thrown out there. Yeah. So I mean, and you guys watching at home, if ECW had their own brand and stayed there with Paul Heyman running it and just like a separate brand, what are some wrestlers in WWE that you think would have gone on and been top players?
Top motherfucking players.
If you guys really did enjoy ECW during its time,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I really did like the rebrand of ECW at first.
I mean, I think of the
and that big ass championship thing.
Yup.
right? I mean, think of it like. Imagine like if it was still running and you still got all the legendary old school ECW guys still wrestling in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Rob Van Dam, like he's been wrestling in AEW here and there, and he still can kick ass.
Yeah, he still got it. He still got it.
He still got it. He could do those flips. Monkey flip.
Shoulder.
Dramatic pause.
Yeah, that was great. There's a lot of what ifs in wrestling.
Yeah, there's a lot of what ifs.
There's a lot of what ifs. There's a lot of what could have happened. I think there's a lot of different things that could have happened that the wrestling world could be in a completely different place right now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I'm glad where it's at.
Yeah.
I like where it's at.
I am
think
content
it's
for
in
now.
a great place.
Yes.
Is that it for this episode, guys?
I think that's it. I mean, we had a lot of
we got a lot of zoomies going on.
A lot of
the last couple
zoomies,
weeks.
yeah.
Just zoom.
Obviously, we don't want to keep the people too long.
Yeah,
We know you guys got your festivals.
The inaugural.
Yeah, and then we got your inaugural
Knowledge.
knowledge.
The inaugural. Trivia World Champion El Gordo. It really takes a lot.
619. We could be Rama Stadium. Oh man, I'm a treasure, man.
Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, come here. Yeah. You ever just want to take
fucking pillow and just.
Obviously, I meant fluff it and lay down.
You ever just want to put one down and go, good night, go to bed.
Yep, for
Got it.
sure,
Gotcha.
for sure.
Gotcha.
That's what we're doing. We're going to
I mean,
bed.
Yeah.
just
We're going to bed.
just enjoy it while it lasts.
Go to bed?
Enjoy
Oh,
it.
yeah, oh yeah? Is that a threat? Yeah.
That sounds like
No,
a
it ain't no threat. It's a not so dirty promise.
Oh.
I heard something else. Don't mind me.
Ladies and gentlemen,
My
Can
mind
it,
is
can it
better.
just be one episode that you're just, no pun intended, not so dirty?
Absolutely not.
no,
Absolutely
no.
not.
Are you crazy?
You're not so dirty. I'm a fucking menace. Who are you again?
I am who I say I am. Oh, just kidding. I am your 3-count trivia champion, El Gordo. Who are you?
I am the tattooed teddy bear Tom King.
I am not so dirty dumb, and as always, please like, subscribe, share, and let us cook.
Yeah.
Bang.
I think that was the smoothest endings we've ever had.
That really was.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, it looked like you were cooking back there.
I was laughing.
You set the pillow, and she's like, "Oh God, no!"
What am I to even?
You make me want to smell these.